I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. You know, there is a very big difference between the Carrera S and the Carrera 4S. And most people don't know that. Most people say, well, the Carrera S and the Carrera 4S, it's two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. Well, that is one of the features of it, but that's actually not the biggest feature. The biggest feature is the Carrera 4S is a turbo body, so it's 4 inches wider than a standard Carrera. So somewhere in that range. It's not exactly 4 inches, it's more metric, but anyway, I wanted to let you know. So the reason why this car looks so wide from behind is because it's a 4S, and the 4S comes with a bigger wheel and tire in the rear, comes with a wider body, it comes with a lot of great stuff, including some great features inside. And when we get inside the car, you're gonna say, wow, that's really nice. I had no idea, all right? Anyway, so original silver paint, we metered electronically. This is a garaged at home, garaged at work car. This car has been loved. This is 2017 that we're doing this video, right? This is a 2004, right? So 13 years later, and we're talking about 37,000 original miles on it. We're talking about a couple thousand miles a year this car was driven. I could never drive a car only a couple thousand miles a year. That's why this is such a great deal. If you look at a C4S today, right? Stickers at $130,000. $130,000. That is why you buy cars like this, because here's a chance to get a Porsche C4S with paddle shifters, right? Loaded up with equipment. Original $80,000+ original sticker. Original sticker was $83,400 back in 2004, right? You can see how much these things have gone up over there. They go up like $7,000 or $8,000 a year. And this is a very, very wonderful car. All right, so we start around with some of the things, like the front bumper is different on the S cars because they're like the turbo bumper. They have the big intake holes right there. And then this is the last year for this car as well, so it makes it even more collectible. So it's low mileage in the last year. I just ordered a couple small things for it. I just ordered a new set of crests, all right? And we'll get those on there. And those are the original crests that came in the car. So the car's held up really well. And I think that's great. So we look around and you see the paint. I don't want to say that the paint is flawless, but it's as flawless as these harsh lights can see, and I let you choose for yourself to see how really nice everything's finished in there. You got the big brakes in there, you got red calipers with the stickers, the Porsche stickers, cross-drilled rotors, right, to lighten them up and keep them a little bit cooler. And then we come on back here and we have that great look, right? So one of the options this has is parking sensors. Now keep in mind, a lot of cars today come with parking sensors. This was an expensive option back then, and it has it on this car now. The exhaust, the call out. Now we do put the red S on here because that's our signature. We can give you a gray one or a black one. We have those in stock as well. We just think it looks really nice because it matches the calipers on the car and this here. Speed activated rear wing, right? So once you hit in the 70-mile-an-hour range, this will start to come up, and it'll also help the car stay planted on the ground. That's why you see big wings on race cars, because it keeps this planted because the air underneath. One of the things that makes a Porsche so stable is actually the underneath of the car, and I want to show you that real quick if we could. Take a peek under here, and you see how flat it is. It's completely flat underneath there, and the reason it's flat is so the less things hanging down, the less turbulence there is underneath there, the less it's going on, and the less it wants to lift the car up, so you have better handling. Let's come on in here, all right? A little bit of stuff for me when I'm buying a car are some of the things I look for. So for instance, like, see these decals in here? We just washed it, so if you see a little water dripping, it's just because we washed it. But these are original decals in here with serial numbers and things. You can't buy those anymore, right? And then original VIN numbers on places inside here. But just look how clean everything is. Everything's still bright yellow like it's supposed to be. The cap is still bright blue there. These water-cooled cars make great power. And having the S makes just a whole other different level of car itself. All right, so come on up in here, right? Another important aspect of a car, whether you know it's been painted or something like that, is that this right here is still here. This is the original sticker from the factory with the VIN number. You can't buy that. This is what we call the build sheet, so it would have had the options on it, all right? And then this is nicely finished in here, and if you look down here, we have our spare tire. We have a bag, you put the spare tire in. We have the original gloves that would have come with the car that haven't been used yet. These are gloves so gentlemen don't get their fingers dirty, right? If they had to change the spare tire. This has the inflator and the toolkit in there, all right? And the jack is right there as well. We installed this tag bracket, which is kind of cool, so we didn't drill the bumper. What we used was a tow hook. that's there, okay? And if you don't have to have a front tag, you can take that off, put it in here, put the tow hook clip right back in there. It's body color and none of the work. But if you have to have a tag, this looks nice and you don't have to drill the bumper, which I think is an even bigger plus. And the proper way to close these hoods, because they're super light, is to not slam them down, just let them drop, and then just put your hand here. That way you keep handprints off the car, and there you go. All right, so come on in here, and I want to say what I love most about, well, first off, I love the outside of this car, but I love the interior of this. It is a very expensive interior. Now keep in mind, the C4S came standard with full leather interior. What that means is the leather is on the dash, it's on the door panels, the door handles, the seats, the rear seats. Most people don't know that standard, excuse me, on a Porsche during these era cars, the 996 versions, that the rear seats were standard vinyl. I know it's hard to believe, but they were standard vinyl. You had to upgrade rear seats to leather. Crazy, I don't get it. But anyway, so they did finally make some nice changes in here where we have some cup holders, right? All right, nice size glove box with a port for your music if you want to. Climate control. This has an upgraded digital sound system that streams music, Bluetooth, navigation. It also has a micro USB port, things like that. 8,000 RPM tach right in your face. That's what you want to see. It also has a digital speedometer as well as a mechanical speedometer, so if it's easier for you to read that versus the sweeping, 200-mile-an-hour speedometer. How you doing, right? Alcantara headliner, sunroof, windows, locks, power seats. You know, this is it's an $83,000 car in 2004, right? And if they're starting at $130,000, I've seen a couple 17s priced at $150,000, $152,000, $153,000 for a C4S, not a turbo, a C4S, which is why I love these cars so well. You got your paddle shifters right here, or if you want, you can bang it that way, up and down, and it makes this great whale. You click off each shift, you can downshift, it'll flip the throttle if you want, and that is it. Heated seats as well, and that is our tour. This concludes our tour of the interior. All right, so we toured a real deal performance sports car. There's not a lot of turbos that people use at the track. Most people use the S-body cars because you get the upgraded suspension, you get the turbo chassis, you get the wider body, right? And it makes for a big difference in handling, but it gives some luxury stuff inside with the full leather interior, heated seats. It also has Porsche Stability Management, which is really nice, where it can brake wheels individually, right? Bring you back into line if it needs to. It's got traction control, ABS, giant brakes, awesome fresh set of tires all the way around. I know I get excited about these cars, but this one here in particular, you can tell somebody really, really loved it. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about what I feel could be a collector car, and this is the last year C4S 996 body 911. All right, so these make a wonderful, wonderful sound. If you've never heard one, check this out for a second.